Welcome back to our channel. Today we discuss the Philippine Air Force's big move, the likely choice of the Saab Gripen EF as its new fighter jet. Why the Gripen? What are its advantages over the F-16 Viper? And when will the official decision be announced? Stay tuned, because it's not just about the aircraft, it's about the future of Philippine defense. Military modernization is not just a matter of defense equipment. It is a reflection of a nation's strategic direction. Amid rising geopolitical tensions in Southeast Asia and the West Philippine Sea, the Philippines now faces one of the most important defense decisions in its history. The choice between two 4.5 generation fighter jets, the F-16 fighting Falcon Block 70 from the United States and the JAS39 Gripen from Sweden, is not just a matter of engine sophistication or supersonic speed. It is a determination of strategic direction, foreign policy, and the long-term foundation of national defense. The multi-role fighter, MRF program, part of the Armed Forces of the Philippines AFP Horizon 3 modernization plan, has made the selection of these fighter aircraft a national priority. The Philippine government, through the Department of National Defense (DND), has been conducting a comprehensive technical, diplomatic, and fiscal evaluation since 2022. The question is no longer whether the Philippines needs a state-of-the-art fighter, but which one will it choose to shape the future of the country's air defense. Since the retirement of the F-5AB Freedom Fighter in the early 2000s, the Philippine Air Force, PAF, has virtually lost its air superiority capability. Although the PAF began operating 12 South Korean-made FA-50PHs in 2015, these jets are more appropriately categorized as lead-in fighter trainers, lifts, with limited capabilities in full combat missions. In the last decade, the need for a pure fighter aircraft has become increasingly urgent, especially amidst the territorial dispute with China in the West Philippine Sea. The absence of a capable fighter jet fleet has put the Philippines in a vulnerable position, not only militarily, but also diplomatically. Without real air deterrence, the national defense posture is vulnerable to provocations and airspace violations by foreign powers. Now, the PAF wants a true fighter jet, one that is not only fast and deadly, but also flexible and efficient in real combat scenarios. This need can no longer be postponed. Thus, the choice between the F-16 and the Gripen is a strategic decision that must be made immediately. F-16 Block 70, Legacy and Global Excellence. The F-16 Fighting Falcon is one of the most iconic fighter jets in modern military history. More than 4,500 have been produced and are in service with more than 25 nations. The Block 70 variant is the latest version of the aircraft and offers 4.5 generation technology that is nearly on par with 5th generation jets in some aspects. The F-16 Block 70 is equipped with the ANAPG-83 SABR AESA radar that provides significantly improved target detection and tracking capabilities, even under electronic warfare conditions. Modern avionics, electronic warfare systems, and the ability to carry a variety of smart weapons make it a highly flexible multi-role platform. One of the main attractions of the F-16 is its interoperability with US and NATO military systems. In the context of joint exercises such as Balikatan, this is an invaluable strategic asset. The Philippines, which has a mutual defense treaty with the US, will benefit from this alliance. Extensive support package Lockheed Martin's offer goes beyond fighter aircraft. The $2.4 billion package includes pilot and technician training, ammunition, long-term logistics support, and potential local defense industry cooperation in the Philippines. There is also talk of establishing a regional maintenance center and innovation center, which could be a springboard for the development of the country's aerospace industry. JAS39 Gripen, an efficient Scandinavian solution for the PAF. The Gripen is a 4.5 generation light fighter jet designed to meet the realities of modern military operations: fast, flexible, and cost-effective. Sweden's Saab offers the E variant of the Gripen that has the performance equivalent of the F-16 in many technical aspects. Unlike the F-16, which was born out of the need for a large air force, The Gripen is designed to be operated by countries with limited budgets and infrastructure. It can take off from highways, requires minimal personnel for maintenance, and has significantly lower operating costs per flight hour than its competitors. With balanced combat capabilities, the Gripen E is equipped with the Raven ESO-5 ASA radar, advanced electronic warfare systems, and advanced data link-based communication capabilities. Although smaller than the F-16, this aircraft is capable of carrying out interception, ground attack, and maritime patrol missions with high efficiency. Support from Sweden. The Swedish government actively offered concessional financing that allowed the Philippines to pay over the long term at low interest rates, a critical factor in the country's challenging financial situation. Saab also offered local training, basic infrastructure development, and long-term maintenance and spare parts replacement programs. Comparing costs and sustainability of PAF-MRF acquisition projects. The acquisition and operating costs of the F-16 Block 70 can reach $120 million per unit, depending on the configuration and package chosen, while the Gripen E is estimated to be between $85 minus $100 million. More important, however, are the long-term maintenance and operating costs. The Gripen is estimated to cost around $5,000 to $7,000 per flight hour, significantly cheaper than the F-16, which can cost up to $20,000. In the context of the PAF's long-term utilization, these efficiencies are significant advantages, especially if the number of sorties and training continues to increase. In addition, the Gripen's infrastructure and training are easier to operate from less airspace, small airports, makeshift airstrips, even highways. This allows for rapid deployment in an archipelagic country like the Philippines, with its geographically dispersed terrain. The F-16 requires more complex infrastructure, although in the context of U.S. joint exercises, this can be facilitated through EDCA joint basing facilities. Alliance with the U.S. benefits and dependencies. Choosing the F-16 strategically would strengthen the alliance with the United States. In an open conflict situation, this could provide direct access to U.S. military assistance. On the other hand, however, too much dependence on one power could limit the flexibility of Philippine foreign policy. Sweden's neutral approach. Sweden is not a member of NATO, but is known as a leading exporter of advanced weapons that upholds neutrality. The choice of the Gripen could give the Philippines greater room to maneuver in foreign and defense policy, while maintaining good relations with major powers without getting caught up in geopolitical polarities. Operational suitability in the Philippines terrain. As an archipelagic country with over 7,600 islands, the Philippines needs a fighter platform that is adaptable to diverse terrains. The Gripen's ability to operate from short runways, short maintenance times, and rapid deployment make it a good fit in this context. However, if the Philippines wants an air force with long range, heavy weapons capability, and effectiveness in large combat missions, the F-16 offers superior combat power. The Philippine government, through the DND and the PAF, have been conducting final evaluations of both candidates since early 2024. Both are still actively conducting military campaigns and diplomacy. Delegations from Lockheed Martin and Saab have visited Manila several times, including to major air bases. According to inside information, a decision is expected to be announced before the end of 2025, so that the budget can be approved in a plenary session of Congress, and the contract can be signed in early 2026. However, this process still depends on fiscal conditions, domestic political dynamics, and regional security tensions, especially regarding the West Philippine Sea. What do observers and PAF veterans say? Several local military analysts have voiced mixed arguments. Some retired PAF pilots favor the F-16 because of its track record and assurances of U.S. support. But economists and defense industry observers are leaning more toward the Gripen because of its efficiency in the long run. Military veterans also highlighted the importance of self-reliance. The Gripen provides greater opportunities for local training and sovereignty in maintenance. The F-16, meanwhile, still requires significant U.S. involvement for technical support and spare parts supply. Conclusion. It's not just a fighter jet. The choice between the F-16 and the Gripen is a reflection of the Philippines' national strategic choices. It's not just about which fighter jet is more advanced, but about how the Philippines wants to be positioned in the regional and international security architecture. If it wants to be fully under the U.S. strategic umbrella, the F-16 is the logical choice. But if it wants flexibility and an efficient defensive approach, the Gripen offers an equally attractive alternative. Whatever the final choice, this decision will be a significant milestone that will shape the Philippine military's posture for the next decade. This is a moment to reset not just the fighter fleet, but also the national strategy in maintaining the country's sovereignty and security.